What up, fam? It's your boy. It's time to do what we do. Let's hang with the crew. It's time to talk about that DCU. James Gunn. Here we go. Episode 1, Green Lanterns. Let's talk about it. But you know what we do? I start with me, you, and the crew. Now pull up. Boom.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
Yeah, trendsetter. Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, there's no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the most vision. Trendsetter told them before, but they don't listen.
Afro Tug Nation. It's your boy, T3. Geek Town. Let's get down for the clown. Before we do that, let's pay these bills. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Woo! Talk to your boy. Ganton yogurt. That's all up in my stomach right now. But that's here nor there. 329 subscribers. I thank every last one of y'all for checking your boy out. But you know, you've been out there telling your mama, been telling your friends, but that's not what brought you up in here today. Let's talk about it. The Green Lantern universe. Let's do what we do. So we got the first episode of the Green Lanterns, and it took me a second because I was trying to decide if I was going to do a week-to-week piece or I was going to do shorts like I did with House of Dragons. But with the DCU coming the way they be coming, it's time to really get down on the video game and let's talk about it. So you got Hal Jordan, you got John Stewart, okay? You got that John Stewart that's going to join the Justice League. Hal Jordan, the way they set this up, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, he is already dead, supposedly. But that's where we're going to be at because he's not going to be a part of that Justice League, or at least not a hard member of the Justice League. We know Superman 2 is coming out next year with Supergirl, Brainiac, Lex Luthor, and all this stuff. But where does this storyline go? Because apparently, however this show goes, it also affects what goes on in the DCU and how does that play out in effect. You're learning how John Stewart grew up, how John Stewart became a Green Lantern, or at least working on becoming a Green Lantern because he does not have the ring yet. You find out about the town where Abin Sur was crash landed and came down from the universe. And so you see all of these things come about. You learn a little bit about, they gave you a little backstory of Hal Jordan, how he got the ring by him telling the story and instead of us living through the whole thing. You find out that John Stewart is a bona fide Marine law-abiding citizen. He is just trying to do the best job that he can because he's the best of the best of the best of the best, sir. You know what I'm saying? And so he is definitely not the Will Smith character of this bunch. Hal Jordan is very lackadaisical, very chill back, very like I don't trust the Guardians. I don't trust anything about them. I don't trust any. But we've learned that over the course of the years for those who's read comic books about how Hal Jordan feels about everybody that's in this universe when it comes to that leadership group. Guy Gardner is supposed to show up for this joint, and we know we just seen Guy Gardner in the Superman universe, in the cinematic universe. Is this Green Lantern with John Stewart supposed to hook up with Hawkgirl as they did in the comic books? We will see. I don't see that happening because that chemistry between that character and this character doesn't seem to coincide with each other, but we will see how this goes. We're going to be jumping between timelines. 1996 is when this thing began. 2016 is when this thing is popping off, and 2026 is where we currently are. So it's going to lead us up, but we got a 10-year gap, a 10-year jump, and everything that's happening right here. So we're going to have multiple Green Lanterns going on. Sinestro seemed to be showing up in this, who seems to be the teacher of Hal Jordan. And I'm pretty sure Sinestro's teachings has some of the reasons why Hal feels the way he feels, because Sinestro kind of has these portions of his life to where he doesn't trust the Guardians. And so, which is why he goes on the path that he goes on. And so Hal Jordan kind of sees his point, but he's like, you're being reckless and being crazy. And I want to say at this point, Sinestro's kind of locked up behind a prison, which we will come to soon see. We find that there's also aliens already on Earth at this particular time, which they've probably been on Earth the whole time. They just haven't really cut up like we think they normally would. How Jordan is able to interrogate and tell who's an alien based on his experience and everything that went with it. The alien was actually pretty funny because he was like, yo, I don't think you got enough ring in your power in your ring to take on what I'm trying to do. And then they was like, oh my God, he says, I got enough. Don't worry about it. See, I'm still alive when the explosion happens. But that's where we are with episode 1. We don't get a lot. We get more of an introduction of character. We get the introduction of town. We get the introduction of the real big bad villain outside of who is the alien threat. Who is the human threat in this? Now, they've saying that this guy, that the rancher dude, he is supposed to be like the, I guess, the long arm of the wrong law, you want to say, that he is being financed through a higher calling people. I think it's the same people who actually has the Justice League, because the guy that actually, and his name is going to come to me eventually, and it will pop up on the screen. He's actually in charge of the Justice League, where Guy Gardner, Hawkwoman, and Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Terrific, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Terrific are a part of, but he is actually a villain of Supergirl, which is, I'm interested how this all going to play out and where does Lex Luthor and everybody else fits into the game. But we have a lot to discuss. Episode 1, if on HBO Max, go check it out. Go see what's out there. See how you feel. No Afro picks at this point because we're going to finish the series. How many episodes is it going to have? I'm not sure yet, but I will let you know, or it's going to pop up at the bottom of the screen like everything else does around here. But you know what we do. Hey, don't leave yet. We got some Afro Tuck Nation news that we need to discuss. Kick my music. Okay, as you know, D23 did kick off last week. And you know, there was a bunch of announcements that came up. We already know who the new T'Challa was, or at least the son of T'Challa was going to be. But we got the entire casting of X-Men, that, well, at least most of them. You did not get Magneto, which I'm wondering if they're waiting to drop that deep cut later on. You find out who is the Sinestro, which is Driver, which is a very interesting casting piece, and who's going to be the big bad for the X-Men universe, especially now that we have our Jean Grey in here. And Jean Grey turned out to be a beast, so the rest of the cast better be hardcore. Hugh Jackman is still going to be the Wolverine and Deadpool, but he's going to be the older Wolverine, so I'm interested in how they're going to mesh these two pieces together. You also got part 3 of the Vision Quest, as known, and you're going to get the entire story of the other son of Wanda. You met the first one in Agatha All Alone. Now you're going to get the second one, which is probably going to play a part in how they do the Young Avengers, because they're still tweaking that. With the young lady that's being casted as Rogue and the whole thing that's going on with Miss Marvel, I'm wondering if Rogue is going to eventually get her powers that way. Rogue kind of needs her own movie for that, but we will see for that piece. And then we also got season 2, unfortunately until 2027, of Ahsoka with your man Thrawn, and which I cannot wait for. And as Ahsoka is going to eventually be returned to the Jedi ways and take up the Jedi Order and the Jedi Call, because Anakin's Force Ghost is still a part of this whole universe. Like, there was a lot of announcements that went on, a lot of things that came out, and then you got the second trailer of Avengers Doomsday, and Doom looks like an absolute animal. I cannot wait to get down. You tell me what you've been waiting on. Tell me what your thought process is. Tell me how you feeling. Tell me what you think of what is happening and what do you think is going to go on. So, you know, let's get down. But, you know, if you see your man's in the streets, wait, where's my music? Where's my, here we go. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you see your man's in the streets, hit him with the beats. Hit him with a jingle jangle, baby. Jingle jangle. Like, subscribe, share, Threads, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Come set your boy out. Let's go.
caught in the crossfire.